So in my hands right now, I have a $3,000 saxophone, but this is an under $800 saxophone. Which one sounds better? Which one's better for the price? Let's find out in today's video. So this is a Jean Paul AS400 student alto saxophone, and these started just being made in 2012, so these are still fairly new. The whole idea behind this is the company manufactures these out of China, and then they take that to their own shop in Florida, and they just like perfect it and specialize it so that whenever it gets sent to the customer, it works as if it was a professional horn. However, these saxophones are known as Amazon saxophones. A lot of people call them that, and it's probably for a reason, but we'll get into that a little bit later in the video. And this saxophone you can get from Amazon or Jean Paul's own shop for $750. On the other hand, we have a YAS26, a Yamaha saxophone, which most of you guys probably know this brand. Yamaha's been around since 1887, so they've been making these for a while, and it's super easy to find a Yamaha. You can get them at most major music retailers, and you can find used ones pretty easily. So now let's move on to the playing test and hear how these compare. So I definitely think the Yamaha one sounds better. It just has a fuller sound. It's more consistent across the whole saxophone, but that does come from over $2,000 more. But that's not the only selling factor for the Yamaha. Let's talk a little bit about the repairability of these and where you can get them serviced. So since the Jean Paul is fairly newer, the parts are a little bit more difficult to get for it, and this can be a very major problem, especially in small towns. I help out at a very small repair shop, and it's kind of hard to get parts for these if something goes wrong. Not to mention Jean Paul's customer support is not the best customer support on the planet. Now I want to talk a little bit about this saxophone, because my ability to repair saxophones is how this landed in my hand. A guy asked to exchange this one for a saxophone I already had, kind of as an upgrade for him, and so I did it because I wanted to get this in my hands, try it out, be able to fix it up and resell it. But the issue is, whenever the guy brought it in, there was a whole part that just popped off right here. And I think that's interesting because this guy didn't seem like the type of guy that would beat up his saxophone, and I've never personally had a saxophone come in like that. So buyer beware, this might not be as put together as it originally looks. Also, if you're a parent for a middle schooler, I've heard some people talking about how this and Yamaha are different metals. I don't know personally if they're different metals or not, but I've heard that the metal for the Jean Paul can be somewhat weak, especially in the hands of a child. So be careful, it might get bent easier, and yeah, you don't want that to happen on something you spent $750 on. Now professionals, you probably already know what saxophone you want, but if you're a professional and you're gigging, I could see why you would get this. You know, if it's just something for you to carry around as a backup, you're a professional. You know how to handle saxophones. You don't gotta worry about some kid just throwing it around. But I also see the problem for parents buying a $3,000 saxophone for a kid that's might be in band for a year, might be in band for 2 years. However, I have a solution to make everyone happy. So this saxophone is a Yamaha 26. This is a $3,000 saxophone that I got for under $1,000. Used. It's like new, as you see. It looks like it's brand new. But there was a kid that played it for 2 months in band, and her mom sold it to me for under $1,000. When you compare that price of a Yamaha that's been tried through and through, even if it's not as pretty as this one, even if the lacquer's kind of worn off, even if some of the keys need adjusted, to the Jean Paul, which might be okay to use, I would go for the Yamaha. Like, personally, I would just buy a used Yamaha at that price range. And I hope no one from Jean Paul is watching this, because that probably sounds awful. but truly Yamaha has been tried and tested, and if you're looking to get the best bang for your buck, I would personally recommend getting a used saxophone. Your major brands are going to be Selmer, Yamaha. I don't really like Selmer USA, but it's okay. Jupiter's a decent brand. They're not the top tier, but they're definitely better than Jean Paul. And then Cannonball's a good brand, but you don't see much student Cannonball saxophones. So yeah, I hope that helps some of you guys. I know it's band season and everyone's looking for a new saxophone for their kid. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and liking the video. It shows me a lot of support and helps me here on YouTube. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.